really dramatic sky heading west in Texas, west of Abilene at 7 a.m. I'm in West Texas making coffee at a rest stop. I spent the night at a truck stop in Abilene. Slept pretty well, but I need my coffee. Heading westward toward New Mexico. Just rolling into Roswell, New Mexico for the very first time. Made a big westward push today. Starting last night from Dallas and ending today in Roswell. It's about an 8-hour drive. Alright, it's Wednesday night in New Mexico. I'm at Mescalero Sands OHV area, and I believe I'm going to camp here tonight. Day use, $3 single person. Camping fees are included in the day use fees. So I think it's also free dispersed camping in the backcountry. Shoot, I'm not sure, but I think I remember seeing that online. Either way. But I feel like I am properly out west now that I'm in New Mexico. I don't know where to go. The problem is, I want to go everywhere. Where does this trail go? Where does that trail go? So I went back up, I went to Dallas, and Jason and I installed the suspension. AEV 3.5-inch dual sport with Bilstein shocks. And it's been fantastic. It's super smooth on the highway. The installation of the suspension itself was time consuming, but there were no major issues. There was a little bit of difficulty with the exhaust spacer kit. You have to space the exhaust so that when the front drive shaft drops, it doesn't hit the front crossover pipe. I had a lot of rust from being in the Northeast, so I had to take it to an exhaust shop. I put in Terra 1.25-inch wheel spacers, which work fine with these Rubicon wheels, and also a TerraFlex 1-inch rear coil spacer, just to give me some extra support for the load that I'm carrying. I think it was a good call. Still a little high in the front, but that's because I've got nothing, like no aftermarket bumper, no winch. But it looks good. It looks really good, and it's smooth as silk on the highway. I can't recommend it enough. Great suspension. Tires, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I was thinking about BFG all-terrain 35-inch, but I'm considering other options. I kind of liked my the Coopers that I had on the Cherokee before this. What else? So after Dallas, I hightailed it to New Mexico because I want to sync up with Overland Expo West. I don't really go out of my way for events, but this one's really close to my route, so I really want to hit it, meet a lot of people, and it looks like a good time. It's kind of like a milestone for this journey. So I pushed to Roswell, New Mexico. I went into town today and did some work at a really cool coffee shop called Stellar Coffee. And then I came out here to the dunes to find a place to camp. And this is a beautiful area. My only regret is I wish I had onboard air. I just can't get enough of this setting. This is so stunning. I have the camera over there set up on the tripod, trying to get some decent photos to the west as the sun sets. The moon's out. Looks like a half moon. Straight up. There it is. You know that campsite that I was just at? Well, it got dark out, so I'm like, okay, it's getting a little cool. I'll get inside the camper. And then very, very suddenly, a windstorm blowing a ton of sand. I mean, really, really bad. I think I managed to close up the camper and seal up my gear fast enough, but I'm not sure what to do. Sunrise in New Mexico. Over the dunes. In a sort of emergency last night, I had to relocate from my beautiful spot on the sand dune down to the parking lot. The wind came up so suddenly that it was hitting the Jeep sideways. The camper was contorting in a weird way. I think mostly because of the kayak on top acting as a sail. So I thought that it would be better to relocate to go to a safer place for my equipment. I'm bummed out though because it was really, really beautiful and still at first. I was hoping to do some stargazing, but that didn't happen. Still, parking lot or no, this OHV area is just fantastic. Look at it, it's beautiful. Time to go back in town. Find some coffee, find a gas station to air up at, get some work done. This air pump accepted Apple Pay. I prefer free, but I thought that was kind of cool anyway. Just checked out Discount Tire in Roswell, New Mexico. Going to be in need for tires really soon, and I'm not sure what I want, to be honest. The 315/70/17 BF Goodrich ATKO is very similar to a 35/12/50. It's a little bit shorter and a little bit wider, but it's minuscule. And it's available in a load range C, which is really nice for the Jeep. There's that version in an E, and there's also the 35/12/50 BFG ATKO2, which is load range E, and it's a little bit narrower. But when I say a little bit, I'm talking about like just a hair. Another size that has me really curious, it's a little bit small, is the 285/75. I'm eyeballing the Cooper Discoverer AT3, which I had before on the Cherokee, and I really love that tire. I loved it a lot, and it'd be kind of nice to have that on this. I can't find that anywhere either, so I don't know. I am just going to take my time and think about this. Friday morning, Cinco de Mayo. I am west of Roswell, and I'm heading toward the Trinity site. And as you can see by the landscape, we are not in Kansas anymore. Of course, we never were in Kansas. I had to stop because I'm experiencing landscapes that I've never seen before. I'm somewhere northwest of Lincoln, New Mexico. There appears to be snow on that peak in the distance. Really cool. I just drove through a really cool looking small town named Capitan in New Mexico, within the Lincoln National Forest. It didn't look like a tourist destination. It just looked like a really inviting, beautiful small town. And I kind of have an itinerary right now, and that's frustrating to me because I want to, every back road I see, I want to turn down and explore. Every small town I want to park and get out of the Jeep and walk down the street and see what it has to offer. The best way to adventure, I find, is without a plan. Texas plate, looks like they've been to Key West. Very, very cool. So without doing a lot of research, I tried to find the Trinity site, and I turned down a road which led to an army installation and a security gate, and I'm like, whoa, GPS, this can't be right. So I had a conversation with the security guard, and he said it was only open 2 times a year. Thought there was some kind of monument, but I'm not sure where that is. I don't have service right now, or else I'd be Googling. But that thing that I was just showing you in my side view mirror is just a New Mexico historical marker, a sign marking the Trinity site. For those of you who don't know, the Trinity site was the test in New Mexico where they tested the first atomic bomb. So pretty significant right there. That was back in the mid-40s, I think. Well, onward. I was in the area, so I thought I'd check out the very large array. So this was kind of an unexpected stop. I was getting gas, and I saw that I was about 30 miles from the very large array. Making coffee at the very large array. I was camped in the forest south of here, but I had to go back to town to resupply. So I passed the very large array and thought, hey, what a great place to make coffee. Except I had to use the KitchenAid coffee grinder to grind my beans in the parking lot. So I hope they did not pick that up and think that it's an alien signal or anything like that. I'll be really embarrassed. No, it's not contact with an alien civilization. It's some guy grinding coffee in the parking lot.